Man, this is like the sixth take, and I still can't get it right.
Hello, and welcome to the LifeWorks podcast, where we share lessons learned from the trenches of life and business to help you achieve more, live more, and be more. I am your host, Mark Botros.
In this episode, I want to talk about why we need to be kind to the children in our lives. It may seem like a no-brainer that we need to be kind to children, but it amazes me how even the most seemingly enlightened of parents unload hurt, annoyance, and negativity on their children, and when the children act difficult, rebellious, critically, or are hard to deal with, the parents are surprised and scarcely know what to do or where the behavior came from. Now, I will be the first to admit that I'm still in the young parent stage. As of the recording of this podcast, I have a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old. So I may very well have to eat my words in the future. But after having seen some world-class parents, and hint, they're not on any reality television, and having helped raise other people's children, and having been a parent myself for some 13 years, I've observed some things about why it's a good idea to show genuine kindness to the kids in our lives. First, they will model our behavior. Our children look at us as the primary source of character and social behavior. We are their model, and they are our parrots. We socialize them the most aside from their friends. Whatever sins we see in our children, we need to look in our own mirror first, myself included. Mind you, the child does have other factors that they have to deal with, like their own heredity, their environment, and their character that they're born with. But in terms of what they learn from us, we really do want to put our best foot forward. We have a mantra in our house. The people we love the most are the people that we are the kindest to. So often, we prioritize kindness for everyone else first. Our customers, our bosses, our employees, our friends, our colleagues, everyone else. And we give whatever is left over to our family at the end of the day, to those we're closest to. We need to turn that around and be the kindest to our loved ones first, and give the rest to everyone else. Growing up, I always felt like my dad was always thrilled to see us. And it's something I've really tried to model for my own kids. The second reason why we need to be kind to our children is that you never know what memories will stick. I don't remember everything from my childhood. It's funny. The things I remember are obscure childhood moments, like my dad taking us to the beach in winter because it was cheaper and it was less busy, or my mom letting me crash in their room whenever I got scared at night. Whatever obscure moment your child remembers, we want to be sure that they have more good moments to sample from than the sad, annoyed, or angry moments that we often portray to them. How do I want to be remembered by my children? Do I want them to remember me as mostly annoyed, angry, scary, and tyrannical? Or do I want them to feel like I was always elated to see them? The third reason is because it's the right thing to do. It brings us a sense of peace and calm when we do something good and right, especially when it impacts those closest to us. And our children, of course. A lot of times we are annoyed or angry by their messes or behavior. I'm definitely guilty of that one myself. Or feel begrudging about the things that we have to do. Or if you're like me, you might feel a pressure to be a certain way, a certain good way around our kids. And often we can end up resenting them for it. But if we take the long view, then we will realize that doing good is good for us and ends up impacting our children positively as well. over time, if we are persistent, then kindness will actually become a habit for them to model, and hopefully it will become a culture in our home or local environment. Mind you, this is not to say that we shouldn't discipline our children, because that would be a disservice to them and to us as parents, guardians, or caregivers. But often that discipline comes with a healthy dose of reactionary anger or annoyance. Often our first reaction isn't always the best one. Perhaps taking 10 seconds to breathe and think would help us to be in a better state. And when we do address the sins of our children, we'll be in a better place to do so. And that goodness will radiate and transcend to our children. And I find that doing good for our children is always good for us as well.
Enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe or sign up for my free updates at my website at markabotros.com, and you'll never miss a post or an episode. And if you think that someone will benefit from this, please share with them. Please comment on it in social media and or connect with me personally. I would love to hear from you.